Well, we improved his morale. I don't know how, how finishing in 19th got him to improve his morale, but that's what happened. And we're fine there. Let's continue. We get $1,000,000. And we're going to have a fair amount of money saved up when we get into the preseason here to do a lot of things. And I'm not really sure exactly how this is going to play out, but I have some ideas of things I want to spend money on. I just want to see with this team exactly how the preseason plays out, because I've done the preseason with a different team and I saw how that played out, and I've kind of learned, how that works, but I'm not sure how it's going to work with this team. So let's just go ahead and go through this stuff. So yeah, the race results, car condition update. This guy's listening to offers because he hates his position here. Whatever, don't care. Hard fought win for person not us. So let's continue here until we have the car repaired. There's not really a whole lot for us to improve right now. Scouting reports finished. Car repair finished. Out of curiosity, I am familiar with this driver. I guess she's about the same skill level as she is on my other team, because I picked her up with my other team. I don't know if these things are the same, though. I don't remember. But, all right. Let's go ahead and let's just check the scout. See that she has more stuff queued up for us. She looks like she does. We do have some people... Oh, I misread that. Mostly at this point, we would be scouting people that are already employed, if we wanted to do that. All right, we have a sponsor thing going on. Okay, so we've got 2 slots open. I figure we always need to wait for those. But let's go to our car and the improving of parts. So right now, we're working on reliability. And what have you, getting everything up into 90% range. And outside of designing parts, there's not really a whole lot to do here. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue. And we'll wait until the reliability work gets done here. As a matter of fact, let's come in here. Okay, stuff that doesn't really concern us. Let's go to our car. Group parts. So we're at 96%. What else can be improved? Well, we've got our brakes here that are at 91%. And we have an engine at 91%, so that makes sense to do. Let's see, sponsors-wise. We only have the one offer still. I mean, that's not a bad deal, but let's just continue here. See if we can get more things before the race. Okay, we've got more stuff in the mailbox. We've got another scout report. And I honestly don't think that there's any point in getting better drivers than what we have, and until we get better cars. Because with the cars we have, it doesn't matter how good the drivers are, we're going to lose consistently. Okay, so we have 2 offers now available. Let's take a look at them. So upfront payment or payment per race. I would definitely take this one over this one. Let's continue here nonetheless. We might as well look at this. So with this, I'm just going to take upfront cash over per race, because there's no point in taking the per race. We're never going to finish second at this point. Let's go ahead and continue. We're going to have the World Motorsport Championship finish out here. All right, let's go ahead and continue. All right, HQ upgrade. Let's get our HQ upgraded. Can you promise me that you will improve the scouting facility? That's William Evans. He already hates my guts, so why should I give him anything? No, screw you. But anyway, we'd just be scouting to replace you. All right, well, again, you're hurting morale of somebody that already has really crappy morale. So we now have 3 offers, so this is all the offers we're going to get. So I could take $450,000 up front and then $85,000 per race, or I could take $150,000 per race for 6 races, which is longer duration. I'd have to do the math on this, and I always hate doing that. This is probably still worth more here, though, overall, because we're looking at 85,000 per race times 4. It's kind of awkward to work with this, but let's say that's, 340-ish. That's rough math in my head. And then we've got the 450, so that's what? Let's just say about 800,000. And then still, this would be worth more, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll accept this offer. Okay, so we've done that. And let's go ahead and continue. We've got 10 days left. I do want to take a look at some of the things that we just got. So we got another scouting report, another fantastic driver, factory staff idle. Okay, so we're going to deal with that. Scouting report on Molly Fox. Again, a really good driver outside of the crash happy thing. And this is temporary, so as long as it doesn't become a permanent stat, that's fine. And addicted to video games. Well, that's no good. Has been forced to confront claims that he's hopelessly addicted to video games. A 24-year-old admitted that he was a big fan of gaming, but denied claims that gaming was impacting his performance, which it definitely is. Okay. All right, well, that's a bit of a problem. Sponsors. Again, I would prefer upfront cash if I can get it. 100,000 is not a lot, but it's better than nothing. So we will... Oh, as a matter of fact, we're already to the race, so I guess we got to make our decision now. I'm going to take the 100,000 up front. We're not going to be able to reliably get in second place unless something really crazy happens. So the upfront cash is always better than, the conditional second or above. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the race here. Get into the race here. Oh, I didn't improve parts and stuff, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. We're at the end of the season. Why are we not getting into the race? All right, well, I'll have them improve parts of something else, I guess. This and this. All right, now you can improve that. Continue. All right, we'll take the 16th or above again. Part fitting, we should be fine. Race. I don't think I'm going to do practice yet again. As much as I prefer doing that, I don't think there's a point. More than likely going to do badly yet again in this race. And it's so close to the end of the season. I just want to get through the season here. Get into the preseason and move on. This is obviously a season where we're building up. We're not really going to compete with cars as crappy as we have. And seeing how high the bar is set with the other playthrough I'm doing, I know we're nowhere near where we need to be to have any chance of reliably finishing any better than all the way in the bottom of the pack. All right, so we've got our drivers set up. I will do initial setup here. Let's try and balance this a little bit better. Okay, let's say it's something like that. Handling, you need to go this way. Let's say about there. And speed balance, maybe slightly longer. Something like that. Now, I didn't pay attention to the forecast getting up, but it looks like we're going to be sunny, so I'll go ahead and go with the medium tires. That's usually what I like to do with our team. So I'll confirm. And then over here, looks like we need a little bit less downforce, so I'll do that. And then handling, need to soften her up. And then we need to go way acceleration here. Out as far as we can, but I am going to have to bring that back a little bit. All right, so that's a setup, and then medium tires again, confirm. Continue. I'm not going to do the practice. We'll do instant result. I don't know what kind of bonuses it's going to give me or whatever. Again, I would normally not do that. beforehand, because I think doing the practice yourself, you get what you want out of it rather than whatever the AI is going to hand you, which you really never know what that's going to be. Okay, here we go. Our last race of the season. Let's see what bonuses we got out of it. We only got race trim, and I guess we might as well take the engine expert here. And then over here, race trim, and then the other bonus isn't going to help us. See, that's, again, another problem with the AI taking control of everything. I'm not going to mess with this. This is pretty good, and I don't know how I'm going to adjust that handling to make it any better because I didn't get any feedback. But as far as the tire choices, I am going to go with medium tires here and confirm. And over here, we're not quite as good off, or well off, I guess is the better way of saying that. Looks like we need to go more with the downforce, which actually will help us in other categories as well. Okay. I think that's what I want. We get a little bit more acceleration, which is probably what we need anyway. And then handling, I don't know which way to take it, so that's fine. But we'll take medium tires to give us the best chance we can. And fuel and driver strategy. We'll get some heat into the tires initially, coming off the grid, but then we'll go from there. All right. Here we go. So this is the last race of the season. Probably going to be another rough one for us, but hopefully we can come back next season and build these guys up. All right, here we go. So we're going to start out in the lead, but I don't know if that's going to be maintained very well here. Let's go ahead and speed things up and wait for us to start losing the positions like mad. All right, well, we're still in first with Santa Ana, but Dior's all the way down to 9th already. Down to 11th now. All right, Santa Ana is going to lose down to 3rd, down to 5th, down to 6th. All right. Well, not too surprising. How's the temperature in the tires? Still on the cool side, so hopefully we can get them a little bit more warm here. She did take a turn a little bad because I'm noticing the tire life is quite bad. Probably when these guys are, pushing on her. She tried to fight it. Tried to maybe even fight a collision. And her tires ate it up a little bit. All right, we're down into 17th and 18th. We're not in dead last, though. Somebody must have had some kind of collision or something, or some kind of event that caused them to have to pit, because it looks like 19th and 20th did indeed pit, as well as 17th and 18th, because we're now on 14th and 15th ourselves. Let's go ahead and go to a more neutral strategy. You know what? Screw it. We still don't have enough temperature in the tires, in my opinion. Santa Ana's tires are a lot rougher than Dior's just because of whatever bad turn she took. We do have a lot of pitting going on ahead of us, so we're going to gain some positions here. Not really sure what's going on there. Must have been some rough times in the pack. All right, here we go. Into 10th and 12th. I'm kind of surprised with that result. I think Santa Ana's going to have to come in here, though. So let's go ahead and have her pit. Put her back on mediums. Fuel her up. And away we go. And yeah, we'll keep her on aggressive strategy for right now because there's no need to back off. Dior, on the other hand, I'll put on neutral so we can keep him out a little bit longer. There is another couple people pitting here, so let's see what we can do here. Now, they're just coming out, so we're not going to be able to beat them out of the pit lane, but we can follow Dior here in his attempts to hold these guys off. Okay, Santa Ana's out. I'm going to go ahead and put her on neutral. And Hopefully we can keep those the temperature in her tires. Looks like the tendency is to have things cool off. Because I skipped over practice, I didn't necessarily get to see that. All right, so we're going to get to pass maybe a couple other people here as they come out of the pit lane. We're in 9th. Unfortunately, Sant'Anna's all the way down into 19th and is actually having to fight to not go down into 20th. Dior at this point, we probably need to pit. So we're going to go ahead and give him mediums. How's the weather doing? Doesn't look like we're going to have any rain. We'll fuel him up. And out he goes. All right. So not bad overall. Let's go ahead and have her push a little bit so she can get some temperature in those tires. But we're in 12th, and I expect to lose a lot of positions here as we pit. And Sant'Anna in 20th is probably going to pass him here. So we're now up into 19th. But we have the freshest tires. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to... I'm going to go ahead and have him back off. Maybe make up some ground when other people pit. Granted, they have such a gap on us now. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll have to see. Still expected to be sunny, so no problems there. All right, here comes our opportunity to pass a couple. All right, Sant'Anna did pass the guy in 16th, but unfortunately isn't going to be able to hold on to it. I expect some more pitting up ahead of us, though. That might give us an opportunity to gain some more positions. Dior is in 18th, but it looks like he'll probably lose that position pretty soon. As a matter of fact, we can follow him if we want to, because right now Sant'Anna has a gap, and there he goes, losing 19th, and then losing down to 20th. All right, well, we'll follow Sant'Anna here. All right, we have plenty of temperature in the tires, so I'm going to back off here, and we're going to start pushing here so he can get temperature in his tires. Sant'Anna is going to probably have to pit in a lap or two. There is some pitting up ahead, but whether or not we'll catch up to these guys by the time they come out of the pit lane, I highly doubt. We might get the guy in 16th currently. Yeah, he was in there for quite a while. But unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to pit Sant'Anna here pretty soon. I think we should probably pit her now. So let's go ahead and get some temperature in those tires. Push a little bit here with those tires. And we're unlikely to make it around on these mediums. And because we're going to have to pit again anyway, I'm going to go ahead and give her some softs. And we'll get some fuel in there. And that's good for me. Dior, on the other hand, can stay out a little bit longer. And maybe gain some positions as a result. We do have some pitting up going on ahead of us. But unfortunately, no real luck. Here comes Dior, probably going to take 19th. But at this point, we're just leapfrogging each other with our pitch strategies. And the gap is starting to really grow in between us and the rest of the pack. So I am not really thinking that we're going to really be able to do a whole lot here. I'm going to have Dior go around one more lap. And then I'm probably going to pit him. And I don't expect anybody in front of us to pit, so that's just going to widen the gap. All right, so let's go ahead and have him pit. I'll put him on softs as well, because he's not going to get around on mediums. Although it would be very close. We wouldn't have the fuel to do it, so that's a moot. Okay. Pit you. That's going to take 11 seconds, so... I expect Sant'Anna to leapfrog past him. I'm going to go ahead and back off on her strategy for attacking the corners. And here he goes into pit, so Sant'Anna is going to be in 19th here. And probably get a pretty good gap on him. We're about to get lapped, it looks like, in the 20th position. As the pack comes in here. Now, we are having pitting in front of us, but again, the gap is immense, so there's no way we're going to get in there and make up any ground, especially as Santana is going to have to pit again. Okay, we could probably back off on these tires. I'm going to keep an eye on Santana's temperatures, but it's quite clear we're not going to really do much here. I mean, technically speaking, we are getting not that far behind the guy in 18th and 17th, but it doesn't really particularly matter because the gap is still quite large. Let's go ahead and have her attack a little bit here. Might have her come in after this lap, or maybe even before it. We've got 8 more laps to go. Yeah, let's go ahead and have her come in. We'll give her mediums to make sure she's going to get around. And then we only need... Actually, what lap is she on? I'm not really sure. But we'll go ahead and give her 8 laps with her fuel. If she doesn't make it, she doesn't make it. We'll have her pit. Okay, out you go. And you're here. Needs some temperature in his tires, so we'll push. I don't think he's going to catch Santana, even with Santana pitting here. It's going to be a short pit for Santana, relatively speaking. But here's his chance. Nope, he's not going to make it. And I think that's pretty much going to seal the deal on this race. There is no way in hell we're going to catch these guys. As a matter of fact, the guy in first place passing us is going to really seal that deal, because even if these guys run out of fuel, we'll be finishing right behind the car in first and giving us no real opportunity on the last couple laps to do much. Okay, we can stop pushing with her. She should have plenty of fuel to make it. We'll be following Dior here. Just watching him and seeing when we need to pit with him. Probably now is a good call. We probably could go on softs, but I'm going to go on mediums just for extra safety. And just for a little bit of insurance policy, I'm going to have him take on one lap worth of fuel. And he's going to be in the pits for 7 seconds, which doesn't really matter because he's far, far in 20th. And as I said, as with the car passing us in first, actually, this actually helps quite a bit, the fact that he just pitted, because it gives Santana a chance to catch people ahead of her in case they have mechanical problems or something. Okay, he's going to come out. Let's put him in neutral strategy here. All right. We're getting close to the end of the last race of the season. Big gap in between us. Our car in last place just got lapped by pretty much the entire field, so there's no way he's going to be finishing any better than that unless somebody actually crashes. But as long as Santana can keep the car in first off her butt, we actually have a chance here. But there is 4 laps to go to maintain that, and that's going to be kind of rough, considering how much better their cars are and how quickly he's gaining on us. So I really don't see that happening. No, as a matter of fact, he's going to lap us right here. So there goes our chance of catching anybody that has mechanical problems, unless they have those mechanical problems well before the end of the race. Although technically, we may have some pitting here. It's not going to be the car in first. Our temperatures are running pretty cool here, so I'm going to push. We should have plenty of tire life, so it's not going to matter, I don't think. Although Santana is going to be running a little ragged maybe close to the end of the race, but she should be fine. Round and round we go. Unfortunately, where we're going to stop is going to be in dead last. But this showcases how bad our cars are, comparatively speaking. One car did retire, so as long as we can manage to pass him, laps-wise, we're going to get into 18th, which it looks like we just managed to do with Santana. I think Dior might be down far enough that that might not happen before the race ends. We'll have to see. All right, I think you have enough temperature in your tires that we can back off here. All right, so we are in 18th and 19th, so we're not in dead last, and that's just because of mechanical problems. But here comes the car in first crossing the line, which means that when we cross the line, that will be it for our race, even though we were lapped and technically have more laps to go. But we will be finishing one place up of being in dead last, which I guess could have been worse. Those look like some cars did limp across the line there, but all right, well, there is the last race of the season. Another race where we just get killed, but we went out there and we fought. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue here. We're in 18th and 19th. We could have demotions happen, though, as people break rules. So there's always a possibility we'll finish higher up than that. And that is indeed the case. We are going to finish in 16th and 17th because of some rules breakers here. This isn't going to make much of a difference as far as our group standings, but as a matter of fact, the team above us finished with 103 points above us. So yeah, big margin. And there is the end of the season. So